Menopause doesn't just affect your body, it affects your mind, your sleep, your emotions. Do you feel tired even after sleeping for 7-8 hours? Do you feel more irritated, anxious, and overwhelmed? Do you feel you are unable to control your emotions? Know that you are not overreacting, it's completely hormonal. Hi everyone, welcome back to yet another episode of the Menopause Made Simple series. In today's episode, we are going to talk about the most common and often ignored symptoms of menopause: poor sleep, increased stress, and mood swings. If you are in the perimenopause or the menopause phase, you will observe that your sleep, your stress levels and mood swings have got affected. In today's episode, we will understand why do we get affected with the hormonal changes that are happening inside our body, and what are the practical solutions or steps that we can take to ease out the menopausal symptoms. In fact, many women even fail to realize that all these symptoms are occurring because of hormone changes happening inside their body. Now, during menopause, your estrogen and progesterone levels are fluctuating. Now, these hormones, they have a very big role to play inside your body. They regulate your sleep cycles, they calm the nervous system, and also they maintain your body temperature. Now, when these hormones fluctuate, what happens is you start experiencing disturbed sleep. You are suddenly waking up in the middle of the night. Either you are finding it difficult to fall asleep, or you are waking up very early in the morning. Also, you are experiencing hot flashes, night sweats. So many changes are happening. So now, because your sleep is getting affected, automatically you start gaining weight. There are cravings. There are mood swings happening. Overall, it has a huge impact on your life. Now, sleep is one of the most important factors that affects your overall health and well-being. So, when you start experiencing these symptoms, start taking steps, to improve the quality of your sleep. So, what is that you can do? Number one is, have fixed timings of going to sleep and waking up. Do not be very erratic or irregular in your sleep schedule. Reduce your screen time. Now, what happens when we are watching screens the whole day? It affects our circadian rhythm, and because of that, we find it difficult to fall asleep. So the best thing is to avoid screens, your TV, mobile, at least prior half an hour to 1 hour before going to sleep. Now, besides sleep, there is one more factor which plays an important role is rest and relaxation. Now, rest and relaxation is something completely different from your usual sleep. Now, this is the time, you can call it as a me time, wherein you take a step back and, see that engage in hobbies or engage in things that you like to do. Basically, rest and relaxation means somewhere wherein you withdraw yourself from all the activities in the day, and it's a time to sit and reflect. Also have some sleep rituals. Do not go and directly hit the bed, because if you train your body, like for example, if you have a warm bath, you read a book before going to sleep, or now even the book that you read should not be on a device, it should be a physical book. Also, what you can do is have a glass of milk, with a pinch of turmeric or nutmeg powder. These are some of the things that you can do. Practice silence. Avoid talking or discussing anything that can stimulate your brain. So avoid discussions or late night having arguments with anybody. Try to practice silence. Reflect upon the day. What are the things that went right or did not go quite well. Think about those things. Do some journaling. Write down things what you would like to do tomorrow, so that it clears up your mind. Have a warm bath or shower. I've seen that many women find it that having a bath just before going to sleep helps them to relax and unwind. See that you wear some comfortable nightwear, some cotton clothes which are loose and comfy, so that you can sleep well. Also keep some water beside your bed, because sometimes what happens, you get dehydrated in the night or you get hot flashes, so you may feel the urge of drinking water. Another very important thing is to have carbs for dinner. Now, carbs, especially rice, when you have as dinner, it helps you or gives you restorative sleep. And one more thing that you should completely avoid is skipping dinner. I have seen many women, they skip dinner. Either they are in the, a process of losing weight, so they want to completely avoid. I would recommend do not skip your dinner because it will help you to fall asleep better. You could have a simple meal like dal rice, or some soft khichdi also, that will also help you to fall asleep. Sleep is in fact one of the most important pillars, because if you have a good sleep, first thing is you will be having a good digestion. The next day you will have energy to exercise. If you are waking up tired, definitely you will not feel like exercising. Third is that it will stabilize your moods. Now if you don't sleep well, automatically next day you're going to feel irritated, you will have brain fog, you will not be able to figure out things. Also your energy levels will be low. So this directly impacts your day-to-day life. Avoid having tea or coffee post 4 o'clock in the evening, because it will interfere with your sleep. Tea and coffee has a half-life of almost 6 hours, which means that once you consume tea or coffee, it remains in your system, inside your body for almost 6 hours. Having tea or coffee late in the evening will make it difficult for you to fall asleep. Include magnesium rich foods in your diet. Magnesium improves your sleep quality. So include green leafy vegetables, nuts like cashews, almonds, peanuts, walnuts. You can talk to your doctor whether you need to take a magnesium supplement that might actually help you to improve your sleep. Also avoid having a heavy dinner or spicy foods in the evening, because this will affect your digestion, and the next day you will get up with fatigue. This was all about sleep. Let us now see how stress affects you. Now when your body is having low estrogen, it definitely affects the way your body processes cortisol inside your body. Now whenever you are stressed out, body releases cortisol. Now if your body is chronically stressed, there will be constant cortisol inside your body. Now this will lead to weight gain, it will lead to anxiety, all the time you will feel restless, there will be lower energy, there will be poor concentration, brain fog, your motivation levels will be low, or many a times you will also experience burnout. Now, stress is one of the biggest reasons why women gain weight during this phase. So that's why you have to work around your stress levels. You have to find out ways in which you can reduce stress. Now the first important thing that you will have to do is to learn to slow down. Now remember that menopause is a phase when body is going through a lot of changes. You will be experiencing entirely a different self. Now most women listening to the experience of other women, they get anxious, how will they have a menopause, or how will their menopause be. So know that every woman has a totally different menopause. Do not try to compare yourself. This is the time also when women find that emotions become very unpredictable. One day they are feeling happy, the next moment they are feeling very depressed, or they are feeling very sad. Sometimes there will be times there will be crying spells. Some women experience that they feel like crying without reason. Now this is happening because your hormones are fluctuating. So know that this is not in your control. All that you can do is take steps towards improving this. So go for walks, do meditation, going for a walk during the day will also help you to get sunlight. So see that you get at least 15 to 20 minutes of sunlight in the morning. Menopause is a time for reflection, trying to understand your body, your emotions. So sit back and try to figure out things. Remember, menopause is not a time for extreme diets, over exercising, or trying to do desperate weight loss. So this is a time when your body is recalibrating. So it is very important you remain in confidence with your body. This is a time when your body needs support, it needs understanding. Try to reduce your stress levels. Now menopause is a time when you feel that your emotions are very unpredictable. You may be experiencing immense difference, like you may experience happiness at one time, you might be feeling very relaxed, the next some other time you may be feeling entirely different. So many mood fluctuations happen, this is because hormones are changing. Now estrogen, the hormone inside your body, directly affects serotonin, which is the feel good hormone. So you will experience irritability, you will experience anxiety, fearfulness, you feel fearful for no reason. Also you feel overwhelmed, sometimes maybe you're having a function or something and suddenly you're feeling that probably you won't be able to carry out that function effortlessly. So many changes are happening. You find that your confidence is going down. So know one thing, all this is happening because your hormones are fluctuating. Now this is not something which is permanent. It does not mean that you are overreacting or you are unable to handle situations. It is your body chemistry which is changing. The best thing to tackle mood swings is to exercise. Now the previous episode, episode 5, I've covered about exercise in detail. Do go and check it out. Now exercise is a very good medicine to regulate your moods. Now this is because it releases endorphins. Endorphins are those hormones which make you feel good. Also see that you have balanced meals, which include all the food groups, have a wholesome diet. So include all varieties of food. Now one more thing that you should do to keep your mood swings in check is to avoid having too many sweets. Now what happens when you have sweets? Your sugar spikes, and when the sugar spikes suddenly, it will crash also. So once that crash happens, you suddenly feel a change in your moods. So these sugar crashes, they in fact directly affect your moods. Another important thing is to discuss with your family. So sometimes your family is clueless, why you're behaving in a particular way, and then you feel guilty, you feel, why is that you're overreacting over certain things. So explain to them why that you're going through this phase, and all you need is support. So if you take them in confidence, in fact they can really support you during this phase. Also to regulate your moods, include phytoestrogens. Now phytoestrogens are plant-based compounds which mimic estrogen. They are not hormones, they are not like estrogen, but they are similar to it in its composition. So when you have these in your diet, they will provide you with little doses of estrogen. So what happens is that it will help you to ease out your menopausal symptoms. Now to know more about phytoestrogens, you can check out episode 4 in which I have covered about nutrition in detail. So include flax seeds, sesame seeds, till, then include RA, which is also known as garden cress seeds. Phytoestrogens are in fact very good to keep your mood swings in check. If you see now, sleep, stress and moods are all interconnected. So if you do not sleep well, your stress levels go up. If you have stress, you do not sleep well. And because of these two factors getting affected, they directly affect your moods. So all three are interlinked. So try working out on your things, work on yourself, see what are those changes that you can make. Making even small lifestyle changes, will make a huge difference. So work on your diet, start exercising, try sleeping on time, see that you engage in hobbies, engage in things that you like to do. Take breaks from your regular routines. Menopause is not just about weight or your period stopping. It's about mental health, emotional balance and quality of life. So with the right lifestyle, nutrition, movement, or the right mindset, you can sleep better, feel calmer and regain your emotional control. In the next episode, we are going to talk about gut health and menopause, the overlooked connection. Till then, take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.